recognize that the dimension was a little bit off. Boy, these guys are both bringing this thing through the finish line at this point.
Anybody's game at this point still, yeah.
And you not only have to get the model completed, it has to be correct. And so sometimes, even though we've seen it so many times, somebody might look like they're pulling ahead. If their answer is incorrect, that might open the door for the other runner. So here we are in the tournament finals, and for this very first battle, this is the inspiration for the part. This is a little bracket that came off of a 10x10 pop-up canopy, and of course I gave it my own little remix to get it ready for these tournament finals. I'm so excited about this match, and one thing that always impresses me is how quickly these guys are able to look at something from the real world and turn that something into a 3D CAD model. And this is a skill that you can practice. If you visit us at tootalltoby.com, you'll see that we've assembled a library of over 200 challenges to help you get better at turning anything from the real world into a 3D CAD model. So be sure to visit us at tootalltoby.com, try out the Practice Models app, and of course, as always, let me know down in the comments what you think about today's model and what you think about this battle. Let's give this thing a rip. Here we go. Who has clairvoyance? Petar Z21. Guys, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Okay. This is a pretty good. This will do.
This one's got some good stuff in it.
Some good stuff in it, yeah. I think we're going to see some good stuff here from the runners on this one. All right, so we are going to be starting out here with drawing number 17. Congratulations and thank you to Solidbox, mysolidbox.com, our Wheel of Fate sponsor. And congratulations to anyone who demonstrated their clairvoyance, including El Presidente Alejandro. Just shows up and nails it. That's what I'm talking about. Well done. Well done. Guys, that is going to lead us into our very first battle here. Remember, you got to win 2 matches to move on to take down the championship. But now we get to see our number 1 seed Mehtab using SolidWorks from Bangladesh going up against our number 2 seed Gray using SolidWorks from Russia. These guys have battled some of the best in the competition to get to this point, and now I cannot wait to see how this showdown goes. They both are so fast. Can't wait to see how they do with this model. So here we go, guys. This CAD versus CAD battle featuring our number 1 seed versus our number 2 seed for the championship begins in 3, 2, 1, go! What is the mass of this part in XX.XX grams? This part is in millimeters. It's made from ABS and it's called canopy bracket. Both of our runners are grabbing a screen capture and both of our runners are jumping into their CAD packages. We see that Gray on the right is using SolidWorks. Mehtab on the left is using SolidWorks, and yet their interfaces look kind of different. It's kind of interesting. Across the top, they're both using the very minimalized toolbars, but Gray is opting to really load up his heads-up toolbar with quite a few icons, where Mehtab is using the command manager that kind of flies out on demand as he clicks on those tabs. But I got a feeling these guys are both going to be using a lot of shortcuts and not relying as much on icons.
Absolutely. I know. I think that was my hardest part, was trying to use that S key in Onshape more than anything, because I was trained the other way. So like I memorized all the keyboard shortcuts, but trying to jump into that to make my runs faster helped, but sometimes tripped me up a little bit. So
we see on the left, Mehtab took first blood. There's kind of the isometric view of this part that's on screen is shown kind of upside down. So there is a little circular boss that sticks up out of the top, and then this canopy bracket folds down and around. This is one of these brackets that tends to break off of one of those 10x10 pop-up canopies, although it is a little bit oversized to make it a little bit easier for the drawing. So you can see here that what's happening with this part is Mehtab on the left has drawn first blood. He got that solid cylinder up and running, but now seems to have stalled out a little bit. Meanwhile, Gray was able to create the bulk of this part by creating that kind of upside down C shape and extruding it down one end of the part. So Mehtab kind of stalled out there for a second. Maybe he was looking at the drawing. Maybe he was thinking about it. The thing with these challenges is that as your geometry gets more and more complicated, it does pay off to kind of take a few moments to think about what your overall strategy is going to be.
What I think we've seen throughout is just order of operations, right? Like you start doing things one way and you're like, oh, that is not the way I should go about doing that. And kind of trying to figure out what goes where and how you should do it. So
And so now we see that Gray on the right is looking at this internal geometry. You can see that there's almost these like ribs or these thicker sections that are going up through the middle. And I think that what Gray is trying to do is figure out the best way to create that geometry. And he's opted to use what's called an offset entities command. So he's offsetting. It looks like he's using the option to cap ends with a line. That is a very, very smooth solution there for that challenge. I really like the way that he did that. He not only offset that set of line arc line, but he also capped the ends with a horizontal line. And that way he was able to create that kind of thick geometry, that thick rib section that's going in the middle of this part. And so now you'll see that he looks like he's creating an additional plane. Oh, I like this. He decided to create an additional plane. It looked like originally, he looks like he changed his original extrusion to be mid-plane. There we go. Look, he's got all three of those ribs.
There we go.
He hasn't yet created that cylindrical extrusion that's going down through the middle, and Mehtab's already done with that region of the model. So although it looks like Gray may be pulling ahead, it's really neck and neck because Mehtab's already got that internal region. Mehtab opting to create this sketch geometry with manual dimensions instead of using an offset, and that might end up costing him some time. Wow.
Yeah, I think that those ribs, there's not like an easy way to do a negative rib, an anti-rib. So it's how do you get that done, right?
Yeah, very, very good observation there, Corey, and I completely agree. And it looked like Gray was able to kind of think through that and was able just to create that geometry by not creating a negative rib, but by creating that additional. But I agree with your line of thought. I would have made the whole thing solid and then tried to remove those internal sections. And it looks like that's why Gray is in the finals and I am not.
We are sitting here commentating. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And so Gray now creating that kind of final region, but looks like maybe he's struggling a little bit. What's going on with that cylindrical boss and how is he going to clean this up? Whoa.
Oh, there it is.
I guess that's how he's going to clean it up. Wow.
That's exactly how he's going to do it.
Gray really blasting through. Wow. And now you see there's kind of a final long ways rib going up through the middle of this part to continue to reinforce it. And so Gray getting in there and creating that geometry and, using some contour selection so he doesn't extrude the entire thing and leaving that kind of interior section open. And meanwhile, we see Mehtab on the left is doing what you and I would have done, creating that kind of negative rib, hollowing out that extra section. Now cutting the model in half and then opting to do a mirror all. I like that workflow. I've done that plenty of times, but it looks like he's going to have to kind of double back here to repair some of this geometry from that cylinder. Meanwhile, Gray looks like he's maybe putting some final touches on this thing, maybe recognize that the dimension was a little bit off. Boy, these guys are both bringing this thing through the finish line at this point.
Anybody's game at this point still, yeah.
And you not only have to get the model completed, it has to be correct. And so sometimes, even though we've seen it so many times, somebody might look like they're pulling ahead. If their answer is incorrect, that might open the door for the other runner. Both the modelers really moving through this tier 5 challenge with speed and efficiency, and certainly modeling it faster than I think a lot of us could. And it looks like Gray may be coming in with an answer. His answer is 24.81 grams, and that is not correct. That is not correct within tolerance. And so now we see what happens. Now we see that maybe Gray is opening the door for Mehtab. That is not correct. 24.81 is not correct and is not within tolerance. So Gray now has to go through and re-examine his model. And this is what we've seen so many times in this tournament, Corey. It's not just about being fast. You have to be accurate. That's how engineering works. Otherwise, all you're doing is producing scrap and probably losing your job pretty quickly.
All right. Yeah. And as you know, we love scrap in the teaching world because we get it donated a lot and we get to use it. So
not so much in the manufacturing world.
Right. Yeah.
And we may see Mehtab coming in with an answer here. Let's see what he comes up with. I'm not seeing the answer coming into the chat. I'm watching, but I'm not seeing the answer coming into the chat.
I see on my side, he says 26.35 grams.
Okay, and Mehtab coming in with an answer. I'm just going to type that in as well. You said, what was it? 26 dot what?
0.35 grams.
I just want to make sure it's in there. And 26.35 grams is correct.
There we go.
And so I saw Rambros also say GG Mehtab. I did not see it come in my chat. Missing an M. 26.35 grams. I see Mehtab's answer as well. Okay, great. So 26.35 grams, and that is correct. Kind of a weird thing happening there with YouTube, but Mehtab coming in again with the answer, 26.35, and that is correct. And Mehtab earning the first point here in the finals of this tournament. You do have to win 2 points in order to advance. But guys, wow, a very complicated Tier 5 model. And Mehtab and Gray both navigating through it with ease. Wow.
Yep.
And
no, that was awesome. Textbook right there.
Yeah, and it really looked like Mehtab was struggling, some of those features that he was creating, and Gray was just kind of smoothly going through them, but it looked like maybe Gray just missed a dimension. Maybe it was the height of his that circular boss that was sticking out of the top or something. I saw him going back towards the end and kind of editing that circular boss, so maybe that's what the issue was. But guys, wow. GG to the winner, GG to Mehtab, earning that first point. Of course, you do have to earn 2 points to move on in this challenge. And shout out to Corey Mesa as well for the assist on that one.